Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Sapphire. That's a good way to start, isn't it? Yeah, so this route, entirely pointless. We can't go any farther on this route until we get the Surf TM, which will not be for a while. So as I try to dodge that little girl, we are going to Mavile City, healing up, and then heading back north, because that's where we need to go. Welcome to Route 111. It's pretty boring and uninteresting, so don't really pay that much attention because nobody else is. But there is one thing that's cool. This is the Wintrate House. The Wintrate House is a house full of a bunch of really pretentious douchebags. You see, they think that they're the best Pokemon players ever. And so you've got to take on these 4 people one at a time in a row with no chance to take a break or anything like that. And honestly, the fact that you're doing this all in a row with no breaks is the only real thing that's hard about it. These guys aren't any stronger than anybody else you've faced up to this point. You've faced, trainers that are this strong. It's not that hard. You can get through this. I'd say. I only have 3 real Pokemon and I got through this just fine. But yeah, their names all begin with the letter V. This is Victor. Honestly, this is really boring, to be honest. But yeah, they don't even have any interesting Pokemon. You've literally seen all of this before, but whatever. You're fighting the Wintrate family. The Wintrate family, yeah, they make this whole big deal about being the strongest ever, but whatever. Victor's defeated. It's relatively easy. He's got a Tailo and a Zigzagoon, killed his Tailo with a Rocker, Electric if you've got it, or killed his Zigzagoon with anything, because Zigzagoon kind of sucks. Okay, so yeah, the dad is the weakest member of this 4-person family. Kind of pathetic there, Dad. I'd love to see what your job is. But yes, now we face the mom. The mom's name is Victoria. How creative. And she's only got one Pokemon, Roselia. Every Roselia has its thorns, but tish. But yeah, Roselia is a pretty pathetic Pokemon. Its evolution is pretty cool in Diamond and Pearl. I will say that Gen 4 does have a lot of cool evolutions, but other than that, their Pokemon are But Roselia kind of sucks. It's very frail. It's not very fast at all. Its special attack isn't even that good. Don't bother with it. And as you can see, it's paralyzed me. A running theme of this Let's Play is that I get paralyzed all the fucking time. And I always have the thing that says that I'm paralyzed and can't move all the fucking time. You haven't seen it that much up till now, because I've been cutting most of these battles out because they're unnecessary, and they are. But the problem is that it's really fucking annoying, and it happens all the time. This is just a taste of what happens to me on a regular basis when recording these. But yeah, their mins hurts, and we've defeated Wintrate Victoria. Honestly, it's not that hard. As I said, Roselia is relatively easy, and you shouldn't bother with her unless you're playing the new game where you can get her evolution, which is pretty good. And so, yeah, the daughter is stronger than the mother, which in turn means she's stronger than the father. What a pussy. This dad has got to be the worst dad I've ever seen in my life. But anyway, she starts out with a Marill. Marill is a pretty weak Pokemon. Marill's only real popularity comes from the cuteness and marketability factor. It's one of the most popular Johto Pokemon, but it's also one of the worst in terms of battling. I wouldn't bother going with Marill. It sucks. Hard. But thankfully it's got a bunch of HP, so using a Zorb I was able to suck up all of its HP, which is good. Zorb is actually being a lot more useful than I thought it would throughout this run, which is weird, I guess. But I can't wait till I get Leaf Blade. That move is awesome. But I'll drown out about that when I actually learn Leaf Blade. This is Numel. I love Numel. It's so adorable. Just look at it. Isn't that cute? It's like a camel type thing with a volcano on its back. That is kick-ass. But yeah, Numel, fire ground type. Pretty decent type combination. Gets rid of the grass weakness to ground, but the only problem is that it also has a 2 times weakness to water, which kind of sucks, especially because its defenses are admittedly not great and it's pretty slow. But its attack stats are awesome. It's a very, very, very good attacker, and it can do both special and physical attacks, so it's a very good guessing game Pokemon. Kind of like our Octillery in that regard. I like Octillery too, but it's not in this game. But yeah, Nummel's awesome. Yeah, and we'll be seeing more of him when we get to the fire pack. But now we're fighting Grandma. This guy's mom is even stronger than him. So Icky Vicky here has a Meditite, and we've seen plenty of these in Brawly's gym. Yeah, I forgot his name. But yeah, he's using High Jump Kick. High Jump Kick was a move that was pretty much exclusive to the Hitmon family. How it works is basically it's a very strong attack, but if it misses, you hurt yourself. And I think it's got like an 80% chance of missing. So I'd actually recommend it, but I wouldn't recommend it for Pokemon with not a lot of HP. Because, yeah, the way it works is that an eighth of the damage you would have done to the Pokemon will be done to you. So let's say you're using that against a Snorlax, a Pokemon who's weak to fighting type moves, has a whole ton of HP, and it has a weak defense. And if you missed on that, you would deal a ton of damage to yourself. So I would recommend it, but it's a risky move. Gabbyzuli here can't learn High Jump Kick. So eventually when we find the Brick Break TM, I want to teach that to him so we can get rid of Battle Throw. But yeah, we defeated the Winstrate family. Whoa. Yeah, it's not really that interesting, but for beating these people, we can break into their house. Yippee! So yeah, they just talk about their son here and how great their son is, and their son is so strong and blah blah blah. Foreshadowing! Yeah, we will be seeing their son sometime in the future, and by sometime I mean pretty freaking far ahead in the future. But honestly, it's rather anticlimactic at that point. He's not that much of a problem by the time you get that far in the game. But for beating the Winstrates, it's not a useless gesture. We get the Macho Brace. Macho Brace. I've got the Macho Brace. I gotta stop singing on video.